You look into my eyes like a window. Wherever it takes me, I will know. In spite of all the danger, I will go. Don't know just what I'll find, what I'll see there. As long as you're with me, I don't care. 'Cause in spite of all the danger, I'll be there. You're the only one that keeps me satisfied. Oh, oh, oh. You're the only love that makes the world seem right. The world seem right. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you never call when I'm lonely, and then you pretend you don't know me. But in spite of all the danger, you show me. You're the only one that keeps me satisfied. Oh, oh, oh. You're the only love that makes the world seem right. The world seem right. Oh, yeah. You look into my eyes like a window. Wherever it takes me, I will know. In spite of all the danger, I will go. In spite of all the danger, I will go. A taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Oh, I will return. Yes, I will return. I'll come back for the honey and you. That awoke my heart. There lingers still, though we're far apart, that taste of honey, a taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Oh, I will return. Yes, I'll come back, he'll come back for the honey, and you. close and tell me how you feel. Tell me love is real. Words of love you whisper soft and true. Darling, I love you. Let me hear you say the words I long to hear. Darling, when you're near. Words of love you whisper soft and true. Darling, I love you.
When we needed a name and everybody was thinking of a name, and he thought of Beatles.
Why the BEA instead of the BE?
Well, actually, you know, well,
if they left it with BEE, it was hard enough getting people to understand why it was BEA, never mind.
Paul, what do you expect to find here in Australia?
Australians.
Do you have any acknowledged leader of the group?
No, not really. Since the woman on the film could be good, but I don't trust anybody else.
This is the film Beatlemania, is it?
No, it's not called that. That's another story.
Hard Day's
Night, it's called.
Are you satisfied with the finished product?
Well, it's as good as anybody that makes a film who can't act, you know.
Are you individually millionaires yet?
No, that's another lousy room. I wish we were.
Next kind of millionaire.
No, even he's not one, poor fellow.
Where does all the money go?
Well, a lot of it goes to Her Majesty.
She's a millionaire.
set you free, go with him. Go with him. Anna, girl, before you go now, I want you to know now that I still love you so, but if he loves you more, go with him. All of my life I've been searching for a girl to love me like I love you. Oh, now, but every girl I've ever had breaks my heart and leaves me sad. What am I supposed to do? Anna, just one more thing, girl. You give back your ring to me, and I will set you free. Go with him. You came to me one summer night, and from your pen you set my dreams, and from the words you said, my girl, and from above you sent us love. A man, she is mine. I think I'll find, 'cause we love you, Mr. Moonlight. Mr. Moonlight, come again, please. Here I am on my knees, begging if you please. I'm a natural, come my way. Oh, I pray more each day, 'cause we love you, Mr. Moonlight. Mr. Moonlight. Mr. Moonlight.
It's turn to be caught in the grip of Beatlemania. After a tumultuous opening concert last night, hundreds of fans have been crowding around the group's hotel today, shouting, "We want the Beatles." As for the four mop-tops themselves, here's what they have to say.
Who designed the Beatle jackets?
Pierre Cardin.
Cardin.
Well, we made them into suits. I don't know whether he did.
Peter Cardin.
Peter Cardin, that's him. We just saw the jackets in Paris and decided to make suits out of them.
And what about all the other different materials and things that bear Beatle insignias and, you know, your heads and photographs and things?
Well, what about them?
Do you get a royalty on that?
Yeah, just because
anything
they use the
Yayin.
Yayin.
Yeah.
There is a Beatle factory, isn't it? Which belongs to you.
No,
Well, there might be a factory producing things that was doing it already, but we don't own it.
There's a lot of,
we
there's a
don't
lot of people who make sneaky things,
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to cash in on it,
Sellers.
and then
We
we've got to
always
try.
get them.
You've had a few court cases, haven't you? Or you've
We've
had
no idea because, you know, people like you thought we had a factory, though people seem to think that we nip home and start rolling out thousands of things.
Like
Well,
Wedgwood or
but
something.
actually it's sort of fellas trying to make a bit of quick money, and they roll out all these things and put Beatles on it and then sell them off, so we've got to try and catch them, you see.
Actually, it's not us who sues them or anything, you know, it's all we never see any
all
of
that
that side of
business
it.
side,
It's-
you know,
we read about it in the papers,
dealt
you know.
with by the lawyers.
At this stage, have any of you thought of how you would like to invest your money? Have you a pet hope, like a restaurant, a nightclub, or
Ringo's
Ringo's
the one.
fancies.
He fancies
salon?
I think he just wants to get all the birds in there.
Incidentally, the latest information on the missing drummer Ringo is that he's due to arrive in Sydney at 6:30 tomorrow morning and then fly on to Melbourne at 8 o'clock. There he'll join the rest of the group who will arrive in Melbourne from Adelaide at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Does it upset you or the boys? Do you feel that you suffer because of this?
Oh, we don't suffer. We're bound to be a bit less healthy than people who breathe air. I mean, there's so many good things, you know, to make up for it. You know, who's moaning? Me.
Now, when this tour's over, then you'll have a bit of a chance to get out and get some air, as you say, with your family.
I'm not sure, you see, because it's when the tour finishes, we go back and do the premiere of the film. It's one of those periods that Brian says, I'm not quite sure what we've got. And it always sort of fills up gradually with TV and radio. So.
Now, you mentioned Brian. I was going to mention it. How did you get associated with Brian Epstein, and how much do you feel you owe him?
Well, we owe him 1 and 6 exactly, but we owe a lot of our success to him, you know, a great deal.
Yes.
Because I think we might have been able to make hit records because we would have written the songs anyway. This one's run out, and but we wouldn't have gone. We wouldn't have. He controlled us, you see.
A lot of people have said that Epstein has emerged as a genius of show business. Do you agree with this?
Well, I'm a bit odd, you know, I don't like using the word genius, but there's so many geniuses on LP covers and things like that, that I think he's done more than anybody expected him to do, which entitles people that don't know what's happening to call him a genius. He's very good. I wouldn't say he's a genius.
I want to ask you one direct personal question. Is he a friend?
Oh, definitely. You see, we can't get on with anybody for a long time unless they are a friend, because we're so closely knit.
Well, I've noticed this with the others in your entourage. How many of them are really very close to you?
Well, Neil, he's our personal road manager. Well, he was in from the start. He went to school with Paul and George. And the other fellow, Derek, we've known for about a year. But he's sort of one of those people that clicked as soon as you meet him, you know. So that, and Malcolm, we've known from the cabin. He carries the guitars round, you know, and all that. Well, he used to work at the cabin, a big bouncer, throwing all the teddy boys out. You know.
Well, John, I've said it 100 times already to you, but I hope you have happy memories of your Australian trip when you get home and can think about it.
Thank you, Malcolm.
And
We will do.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
To know that you are mine. taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Oh, I will return, yes, I will return. I'll come back, he'll come back for the honey, for the honey. And you, look into my eyes like a window. Wherever it takes me, I will know. In spite of all the danger, I will go. Don't know just what I'll find, what I'll see there. As long as you're with me, I don't care. 'Cause in spite of all the danger, I'll be there. You're the only one that keeps me satisfied. Oh, oh, oh. You're the only love that makes the world seem right, the world seem right. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you never call when I'm lonely, and then you pretend you don't know me. But in spite of all the danger, you show me. You're the only one that keeps me satisfied. Oh, oh, oh. You're the only love that makes the world seem right, the world seem right. Oh, yeah. You look into my eyes like a window. Wherever it takes me, I will know. In spite of all the danger, I will go. In spite of all the danger, I will go.
Hello, hello. Ringo, welcome to Australia. How do you feel about being here?
Oh, it's great. It's been fun, you know. I'm glad I'm off that plane.
How have you been on it?
34 hours.
Well, you must be just about had it.
No, I had a sleep, you know. I feel fine. Fit and everything.
How's your throat now that put you in hospital and made you miss the start of the Australian tour?
Well, the throat's fine now. You know. Everything's all right. It's fine. Just got to take it easy a few days, and then we'll be back to normal.
You're still allowed to bash the drum as much as
Oh, yeah. I'm still bashing.
And have you missed the other boys being
Yeah, it's terrible. I've not missed you fellas if you're watching. Or if you do watch.
You're looking forward to joining up with them this afternoon?
Yeah, I can't wait, because, you know, we've been together for, you know, for 90 years. For so long, you know, I don't know, it's funny being without them, because even if, you know, when we're not playing, if we go out, at least two of us go out together as a rule. So it's a bit funny being on your own.
Can you give us a look at these rings, which, where you got your name from? But,
There you go.
They say that fans have sent you a lot. How many?
Not too many, actually, no.
Yeah.
No. I haven't got 2,671, as some reporter wrote.
And what are you...
I see.
What are you looking forward to most seeing in Australia?
I don't know, everything in general, you know. I'd like to see a few Maoris and that, and a few kangaroos. I suppose. Everyone has to.
And Brian, can we have a word to you? Can you tell us when you first met the Beatles?
Oh, 1961, October, I think.
And whereabouts did you see them?
In the Cavern Club in Liverpool.
And what did you think when you first saw them?
Oh, I was sufficiently knocked out.
Lovely rubbish, that's what you're telling me.
And what was the next step from there?
Well, then we got to know each other and eventually worked out a bit of idea of management. See?
I was away at the time, so I joined later, after Brian.
At any time, did you have a feeling that you might reach this dizzy height of success that you're now going on?
I don't know about the dizzy height, but I always thought they were going to be pretty big, very big.
What's the hardest problem you encounter trying to manage the Beatles?
Well, None really, but I think travelling around and going around the world and making arrangements for moving around is the most difficult thing, because you never know what's going to happen.
Do you have any trouble keeping them in control, or do they try and escape from you?
Oh, no. Never.
We're always
And, well, on the subject of money, which seems to keep coming into this all the time, how do you go about financing their weekly pocket money? What happens about that?
Well, they get, you know, whatever they want from their earnings, and their earnings go into their own company.
And Ringo, what do you miss anything about being a Beatle, or do you think you've got everything now?
No, I don't miss anything, you know. Well, I can't remember. I just have a good time.
Yesterday,
You wear glasses?
all the time.
All the time, then.
Yesterday in Adelaide, the three said, they were talking about what they were going to do when they weren't Beatles, and I said, you were going to open a chain of women's hairdressing salons.
Yes,
that's correct.
Well, I thought of that a few months ago, you know, so I'm still thinking about it, but I could change. Oh, I could change, you know.
Is there anything that you'd like to ask about Australia?
Ask about no, I don't think so. It seems quite nice to me.
So it was quite a good reception.
It was a marvellous reception. I loved it. How many were there?
Oh, I think it was about 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
7, he said.
How are we doing?
He's getting worried now, isn't he? He's run out of questions. Doesn't know what's happening. We've been at it long.
No, that's
No.
I've seen a lot of haircuts, but I think this is the...
The wildest of all?
This is the wildest one of all.
Why do you say that?
Well,
You mean after looking at me?
after looking at you,
This is a Beatle, huh?
this is a Beatle.
Are you all through?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Well, well, I think they're cute, except for that haircut. Too much.
We've had offers from people as high as $70 or so for tickets, but of course they're all gone. There aren't any available at any price.
In fact, we've had calls from dignitaries and the British government here in town, from important show business people wanting tickets the last moment, and we can't come up with a ticket anywhere. The kids have the entire house for themselves.
As a matter of fact, I think it was Frank Sinatra's office called to your house this morning.
Wanted 20 tickets. It's just not available.
Just don't have any tickets left.
I have a group of girls here from Arroyo High School in El Monte, and we came down here today to see what kind of seats we had to see the Beatles. I bought 10 tickets for $85, and I don't think the girls would be willing to give up their tickets, but I heard that someone had offered $70 for a ticket, and for that I might.
Well, gosh, I wouldn't sell my ticket for anything, but I might if I could touch the Beatles, if I could just touch Ringo, you know, backstage or anything, man. Oh, I just love them. Oh, they're so tough now. I don't think I'd give up my ticket for anything. I love the Beatles and all that stuff, so I wouldn't give up my ticket for all the money in the world.
Well, I don't think I'd give up my ticket maybe to meet the Beatles, but for nothing else.
Well, I know I wouldn't give up my tickets unless I could, you know, get one for less than $70, and I just think the Beatles are so cute, and they're just adorable.
Well, I don't think I'd give up my ticket unless I had a chance of getting a better one down in the front row, or I could meet George, because I'm really crazy about him.
I don't think I'd ever give up my ticket. I mean, maybe like the rest of them said, just if I could meet the Beatles, but no, for no other reason at all.
I really adore the Beatles, and the only way you could get me to give up my ticket would be if you'd give me a chair on the stage and let me hold the mic.
You could offer me $100, but I still wouldn't give you my ticket. But I'd give it to you if you offered me a date with Paul McCartney.
Well, it's just about bedtime for us. It is too. Glasses off. Glasses off.
Glasses off. I didn't know I was coming till this morning.
Well, it's great to be here.
Okay. Which are more loyal, the British? Are we more loyal than the British fans?
Pardon?
Are we more loyal than the British fans, the Americans?
Down, fellas.
Really?
What?
Well, you think you'll have it? Do you know where you're going to stay when you come? Do you know where you're going to stay when you come?
No.
Do you know that your reservations have been canceled? Will you? Okay. I did. Because she was equal.
Most probably.
Oh.
You were on the bed wall. Pardon?
How big was the crowd at the London Airport?
Do you mind the ladies talking?
What do you think of your movie?
Has offered to let you stay in her house while you're in Los Angeles.
Who's offer?
Just a cousin of Ringo's.
He's so no relations. I don't even know her, you know.
Believe me. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I forgot. Oh, I forgot.
You know what happened in Sweden?
How big was the crowd at the London Airport? Very big. Very good. 1,000? 2,000? I can't tell. Yeah. Can you count?
5 or 6, I'd say.
About 300 people.
Do you prefer making
I can't. Do you mind, sir? We're trying to make the television here. You know, it's all right.
What is your opinion of other groups that pattern themselves?
Great. We don't know any. Never.
Never? Are those the fourth thing you always wear? What do you do with all those others?
I'll just keep them in a box. No.
Do you have an extra one with you?
It's very nice, you know. Never, you know, I've had these 3 on.
When you go through the crowds and kids try to grab them, don't they ever try to take them off?
Hey?
Don't kids ever try to take them off?
Yeah, let's get going, man. But, you know, I sort of keep hold of them. Hey, can I tell them about a truth magazine?
Ringo, where's your boots?
Well, I thought I'd have a change. But they're too hot, you know. I've got them in the case.
How much money would you say you would make?
Churchill? What? No idea.
No idea?
No idea at all. That's the truth.
Over here, everybody looking over here.
Happy snaps there. George, will you look over here for the gentleman? I haven't got a ticket for any of the performances. They don't give us tickets. We just play, you know. Not money at all. The airport man says we've got to go. Cheerio then. Back on the 23rd for photos and fun. Hello.
When Bill heard them last night, he said what he could hear of it, he thought they were very good. But
Bill?
mostly heard yelling.
Bill, what is it about the Beatles that attracts you?
Oh, I don't know. They're different in a way. I mean, they seem to be an excuse to let yourself go for most kids, but I don't know. I just think that they're the only really relaxed group that you can see. Everybody else seems to be nervous up there, but these kids just have a good time when they're up there. It's quite amazing.
That's what you like about them.
Yes, really it is.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I'll bet the community is being hit for a pretty good sum of money in affording police protection for these Beatles. What do you think about that aspect of it?
I don't know how much we have been asked to provide. I know at the Bowl, of course, they hired off-duty policemen and guard service. But for a party like this, naturally, it is our duty to see that people are protected in their right to have a private gathering if they want to, so...
I guess all we can do is be thankful it doesn't happen too often, huh?
Yes, that's a very interesting phenomenon, I think.
Right.
I'm anxious to meet them.
Enjoy the party.
Thank you.
Right.
See you later.
Right on. Go ahead. Now you got him in front of you.
Yeah, now we got his head. No side interviews.
Hey, if we all get back, we can get a picture.
Yeah.
Just stop side interviews. Stop side interviews.
Hey, let's all back up a little and we'll get a picture. Hey,
Yeah.
back up. Come on. Let's back up.
We must make room for the wire people. Now,
Okay.
all right, some go down and get down, sweetheart.
You're fine, Joe.
Hey. Is that the first time you've ever seen the Beatles, or is that just a mistake of mine? So what do you think about him? You think they're pretty good looking?
So beautiful!
Why don't you try it one more time, see if you can make it come out even louder than that. On 3, 1, come on, with a scream bit.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
How are you, Rock? You're a Beatle fan, huh?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Got the records?
Yeah, a couple.
Have a drink on me.
I am a Beatle fan. Very big Beatle fan. That's why I'm here.
They're really a great, talented group.
Yes, they are.
No matter what anyone
if
says.
Anytime you can do the kind of business that they just did at the Met Park in New York City, there must be an awful lot of people that like you. And they made 2 great pictures. So I guess they're great.
Well, I know you'll have a nice evening. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm going Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Just to see the reaction of the audience. I think that's even more important, I think.
Pleasure to
I've
see you,
heard
sir.
them. Yes, nice to see you, too.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
What do you want? Oh, well, what are you going to do in there, Groucho? You going in to listen to Beatle music?
I'm going in and get drunk.
You wouldn't dare. Are you really?
Of course I am.
Brought the charming family with you?
Whenever I can get a free drink, I'll go anywhere.
You bet your life.
Yeah. That's a very funny answer.
No pocket for you.
Roll it.
How have you been enjoying your rest, Paul?
Yes, thank you.
Good rest?
It really started yesterday when Sue got the idea that we should rent a helicopter to go see the Beatles. So we called up a few places, and finally we found Mr. Quinn, who agreed to take us. So today at about 10 o'clock, we came down here where we met you. And we took off and we went over there. Rather, I went over, and the other 3 girls drove with you over in a car. And we drove around, you drove around, you know, on the ground, and we were flying. And we went over the house a couple times, and I think we woke them up, and it annoyed them a little bit.
The Beatles, that is.
Yeah. And the servants came out, and they told us to go away, that the Beatles were sleeping. And, well, it was, you know, it's kind of a lot of money to spend just to go away because they're sleeping.
How much money have you spent so far?
Well, we spent about $110 just today. And it's worth it if we get to them. We're willing to spend another $100 if we can just see them. If we want to talk to them, that's the main idea, because last year at about this time, we chased them on the freeway, which we got a ticket, and that cost us $7 there. We really didn't get to talk to them, and that's our main goal in this whole thing.
Kay, why do you want to do this?
Well, you know, it's not so much now that I want to meet the Beatles. It's just now that I've started out, and now I want to complete it, because I just have that urge in me if I've started, and I just must complete it, because last year we didn't get close to them, and I figure the only way we could get to them now is by air, because it's completely blocked off, and we don't want to seem like the kind of kids that scream and everything.
I did not want to do anything in particular. Thank you.
What do you like best about America?
I don't know. Everything.
Can't you tell us one thing?
I like the American audience.
Why do you say of sorts?
Well, because I am, you know. I'm just one of sorts, or one of many.
What do you like best about America?
I think it's the size and the pace of it, you know, it's so different to Britain. It knocks me out, you know.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Paul, and you?
Yes?
What did you want to do before you became a Beatle?
Nothing. I didn't want to do anything else. Honest.
And what do you like best about America?
The music. American music.
How does that differ from your music, English?
Well, it's better, I think. You know, the kind of stuff we like the American colored groups and things. That's better. And also, it's on every minute of the day. You know, in England, it's only on, say, for a couple of hours. It's on all the time here.
Thanks, Paul. John?
Yes, yes.
What did you...
You're in the way, Ruth.
What did you want to do before you became a Beatle?
Nothing, really. I just wanted to be rich, you see. Well, I wanted to be a Beatle, mainly.
What do you define as a Beatle?
That's what we are, you know. A group, singing and selling records. That's what I wanted to do.
How would you define Beatlemania?
I couldn't define it, you know. A lot of people have tried. I'm not going to try. Leave it to the psychologists and let them get it wrong.
I can't let you inside the bowl to take pictures because of security and fire police.
Anything else?
Because there are no motion pictures to be shot inside the bowl.
Mr. Hahn, I didn't know you were a Beatle fan. What do we have here, young daughter?
Yes, Janice and I are here at the Hollywood Bowl. We're Beatle fans, especially Janice.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
You're really crazy about the Beatles, huh?
Yes.
I'm surprised at you.
Well, you know, I come to the Hollywood Bowl for many symphonies and fine programs, but my daughter makes this a command performance, and so I feel this is important as any other event here at the Hollywood Bowl. She thinks so too, don't you?
How'd you talk your father into bringing you here tonight?
Well, I just put on my special charm for him and told him I'd really like to come a lot, and he kind of, you know, how fathers are.
We can't go in there and shoot film. Just tell me that much, will you? Yes or no?
5 o'clock in the morning at chilly London Airport is nothing to a Beatle worshipper. In fact, some of them have been here all night to welcome the Idols home from their third American tour. The fans have their hair to keep them warm, at least. Says Paul, fancy getting up this time in the morning just to see us. They need the MBE more than we do. Paul again about the American tour. It was pretty rough. We've had so much success we don't care if it fades tomorrow. We've reached the point where we don't have worries anymore. That's the point most people want to reach. Not this lot. The point they want to reach is a Beatle, and if they did, the Beatles would have worries. With the Fabulous Four is Brian Epstein, the man whose worries most people would think well worth it at the price. Is it true they made $1 million on this tour, somebody asks? But the Beatles just smile and drive off, unworried.
Hold me close and tell me how you feel. Tell me love is real. Words of love you whisper soft and true. Darling, I love you. words I love to hear, darling, when you're near. Words of love you whisper soft and true, darling, I love you.
The world's most famous four are back in England. It was early morning, but the fans were in force at London Airport. The Beatles offended some folks at Manila, but it was only by accident that they didn't attend an official lunch. It was so early, and the fans had to dress so quickly, it wasn't until now that they could pick their socks up. With Manila, some of the fans have broken off diplomatic relations.